Hey guys, welcome to No Filters, Just Freedom, the show for people who are ready to stop shrinking, start rising, and live with unapologetic audacity. My name is Jasmine, I'm a life coach, and I'm here to guide us all through this journey of bold, authentic living.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jasmine, and I am so excited to be here with you today. And I'm even more excited to talk about the topic we're talking about, which is why getting dumped by your bestie hurts worse than getting dumped by your ex. It's something that no one talks about enough. And I'm not talking about that we just grew apart stuff. I'm talking about that gut-wrenching, cry in the shower, why don't they love me anymore kind of breakups. The ones that leave you questioning your worth and your memories. The ones where you get full-on ghosted, blocked, left for all eternity. The kind of breakup that makes you question if you hallucinated the entire friendship, okay? Because here's the thing, romantic relationships, we've got a whole industry for that. Breakup songs, rom-coms, where the ex comes back and wants to try to get back with you and your friends say no. Your grandma sends you casseroles because that boy didn't deserve you. But when your ride or die suddenly becomes your ride off into the sunset and never come back, crickets. No one brings you wine. No one lets you ugly cry while listening to the saddest song you can find on the radio. It's just you. You and a half-empty group chat and the haunting memory of that time you drunkenly promised to name your firstborn after them. Okay? So today we're breaking it all down. Why friendship breakups cut deeper, why we don't take them seriously, and how to heal when it feels like a piece of your soul is missing. So buckle up, Buttercup. This one's gonna sting, but kind of in a fun way. So first we're gonna break down why friendship breakups are the emotional equivalent of stepping on a Lego at 3 a.m. And I do mean stepping on a Lego at 3 a.m. Okay? First off, these things come with no warning labels, okay? Romantic relationships can come with red flags. He was bad for you here. He was, not supposed to be here. She, treated you dirty in the beginning and you weren't paying attention to. Your mama never liked him. The list goes on and on, okay? But when it comes to friends, they sneak up on you like a ninja in Crocs. One day you're sharing fries and the next they're too busy to attend your imaginary funeral. Okay? One day you're planning your entire future and your life together in a fun way. Our kids are gonna hang out, our spouses are gonna enjoy each other. I can't wait to go see that movie with you in 6 months. And then, 3 weeks later, there's just nothing. And everything that you have built in the past was gone and you don't know how you got there because you don't see the road signs that were there. You didn't see the, don't pass here and the caution signs and everything else. You just looked up one day and it was gone. The road ended. 2, you have the shared brain cell phenomenon, okay? You know how when twins supposedly feel each other's pains, best friends share a brain cell. When they leave, it's like losing Wi-Fi in the middle of a Netflix binge. Who else is gonna remember your Starbucks order or that time you peed yourself laughing in the 10th grade? Who's gonna love you and know your inside jokes? Who's going to be there for you in your worst moments? Who are you gonna text when your current significant other is driving you up this wall or your family says something? Or who do you invite to the family function? Who do you bring around all of your other friends? I mean, the list can go on and on and on. What do you do when the other half of you is just gone? These are things we're not prepared for, okay? It literally hits us like a wrecking ball, okay? Lastly, you have the betrayal Olympics, okay? We're talking an ex cheats, it's classic. A friend ghosts you after you help them move a couch up 3 flights of steps. That's a war crime, okay? And yet society acts like you're overreacting when you want to key their car. Like, absolutely not. I bent over backwards for you. I gave everything I had for you. I opened up my heart in a place that I don't often open my heart up to people. And there you were, treating me like literal crap, okay? And that's not an over-exaggeration. That's how we do with our friends. That's how we support each other. That's, there's a special place in your heart for your friends, and oftentimes you let them in closer than who your ex is or anything else like that. Because, you don't expect them to hurt you. You don't expect them to do you wrong. You don't expect there to be struggles and fights in that way, okay? And so you open up your heart and you open up your arms to them, and then one day they rip it out from you and you just don't know who, what, where, when, why, and how, okay? Because unlike romantic partners, our friends can be our chosen family. We've known them long before and long after other relationships. They're witnesses to our lives in a way partners aren't. And it hurts because it makes the betrayal feel more personal, okay? We have this idea that romantic love is conditional, but friendship is supposed to be unconditional. So when the unconditional fails, when the thing that was supposed to be the foundation, when everything that was supposed to be true is no longer true, it shakes your trust in all of your relationships, not just in friendships, okay? And I'm serious, guys, this is not... We all have been there. We all have somebody or something in a situation where this has happened to. There's a group of us and we had a friend and it was the literal definition of ghosting. Okay, I don't mean, oh, we had a fight, whatever. No, like one day she was in the group chat and the next day she wasn't. Okay, we went from talking and laughing and everything being the same to the next morning, nothing. And then after talking in the group chat for like 36 hours and realizing there was literally no response from her in particular, we all tried to reach out individually and she was gone. Never to be seen again, never to be talked to again. I think, this was maybe 4 years ago at this point. Yeah, like 4 years ago. And I think she's only messaged me like one time. Yeah, I think it was like 4 years ago. She's only messaged me one time. And we're doing life together in a deep way and just gone. Okay, just literally gone. And there's not really much you can do about it. And that's what makes it even more painful. That's what makes it hard to deal with. And I mean, that one hurt. And we hadn't even been like really, really close. But I had another situation. Praise God, I haven't been ghosted by a lot of people. Otherwise, I'd be in real pain because then I'd start being like, I'm the common denominator and I can't handle this. But there's no existential crisis today. But I recently had another situation. But this one hurt because this person was someone I had known since I was in middle school. This person had been invited into my family. This person had done life with us and seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, had been there for the death of my father, been there for the death of my brother, been around and met my other friends, was there when I was pregnant, like been through relationships. Like this person was ride or die in my life. And what's the only thing worse than being ghosted is watching them actively choose to leave and never look back. That one hurt. That one was like, you're actively choosing to turn your back on this. You're not going to give an explanation why. You're going to make some sort of selfish excuse up and call it that because it's convenient for you, because that's what works for you. And then watching them double down on it. Y'all, I broke off an engagement months before a wedding. Okay, I've had some painful experiences in my life. Like I said, my father's died, my brother died. I've had some other stuff go on in my life. That one, definitely top tier. Definitely top 5 worst moments of my life. And watching the debacle and fallout that was everyone that she had been involved with and invested in for my life, like watching her just remove herself completely as if she was never there. Crazy. It's like having a phantom limb, okay? Like one day they're there and one day they're not, and you're just not quite sure, and you keep trying to use it like it is there, So here we were, almost 20 years of friendship gone. Just gone. Just like it didn't even cost her a wink of sleep. Okay, we're talking about those kind of betrayals. We're talking about the pain that there might not be a sad enough song to overcome. Okay, so what do you do then? How do you handle it? Okay, the same way you have the 5 stages of grief, you can do the 5 stages of grief with friendship loss. Okay, we call it DABDA: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Sometimes you got to work through all of those over a glass of wine and some ice cream. Okay, sometimes that's all you got. Here's the messed up part. We're taught to romanticize romantic heartbreak. They'll regret losing you, but friendship grief is silent. You can't post a sad Instagram story about your ex-bestie without looking really petty, so we internalize it and it makes it worse. I'm not saying that you need to go like egg their car or something, okay? But I am saying that it can be really, really hard in trying to deal with that like secondary loss where your routine is gone and you're not quite sure what to do about it kind of vibe. And that's the stuff that you have to work through. Okay, first thing you have to deal with is the denial. Dumb stuff like, well, they just must be busy, or maybe they lost their phone, or their phone is dropped in the water in a lake somewhere and the truth is that lake is silence, okay? You're in denial about the fact that they're actively choosing to not communicate with you. That's because that thought process doesn't make any sense. Like, you made an active effort for the last, I don't know how many years to talk to me, and now all of a sudden your active effort's in the opposite direction. I don't understand, okay? And most of us are never going to understand. So that's just kind of how that works, okay? That's just kind of how that works. We're never going to fully understand how we got there, but it's okay. That's where we are, okay? Then, of course, there's the anger. The anger that looks like I'm going to text 17 paragraphs to explain to you why you're leaving and you're dumb and you're not responding to me and how selfish you are. And I'm gonna get it all out. I'm gonna send one of them really angry, vomit text messages where it just goes. There's no paragraph space. It's just text everywhere just for me to delete all of it and send. Okay, like, fine. You wanna leave me? Fine. But this is where it differs from a romantic relationship. Okay? Because in a romantic relationship, when someone leaves, you can have that feeling of they don't know what they're missing out on. Oh, you're going to wish you still had me because you didn't get a chance to see the real me. The problem with a friendship breakup is that 9 times out of 10, they saw the real you. And so instead of being angry that they left you just because you deserved better, you're now angry that they left you and took a piece of you with them. That's a different level of anger. That's a different level of frustration. That's a different level of, I can't believe I let you in my life and into my family and into a space that so many other people can't get into, and you treated me that way. I'm mad now. Then you run into bargaining, okay? Something like, if I post a thirst trap, will they text me? Okay? If I do something that makes me look needy, will I get their attention? The problem with this is that sometimes it can be a game and you're trying to trap them. Other times it hurts really bad because life happens and things get hard and you reach out and you expect them to be there for the really hard stuff. Like, sure, you don't want to talk to me on a daily basis, fine. You don't want to be as close as you were before, fine. But when it comes to the big stuff, I would have thought you showed up, with the friend that ghosted us completely. I was not prepared for her to double down. I got mad respect for doubling down. I have mad respect for somebody that just leaves and never looks back and no one knew what hit them. Not because I think it's right or not because it doesn't hurt, but the cojones you have to pull that off. To hold fast to that is crazy unhinged, but I digress. I was not prepared to get pregnant and have a kid and her not say anything. I wasn't prepared to have my brother die and everybody be around and her not even send a sorry text message. That one was completely out of pocket for me. I did not see that one coming. Okay. And so what happens is bargaining can get you in trouble because you keep trying to tell yourself that, oh, I'll do something or I'll create the situation and maybe if I give this, they'll give this. No, it's not true. They decided to walk away for God knows what reason. They're not coming back. That's why it hurts. This is not like your romantic ex that's going to crawl back later. They made a choice. And no one knows why that choice was made, but they made it anyway. And look at where we are. Stuck. Then you have depression, okay? Depression is when you're listening to the saddest Adele song, the saddest Olivia Rodrigo, the saddest anything you can find Ariana Grande on repeat while staring at old Snapchat memories, okay? You are in utter disillusion and pain. I'm talking holding the wine glass, tears falling, looking at the lifetime memories and wondering what happened. Am I gonna go through my phone, scroll all the photos we had on Instagram and Facebook? That kind of pain. That kind of pain where you finally realize they're not coming back. And that pain hurts. That pain of finality hurts. That pain of, I wish I could fix this, my body hurts, I'm so sad. Hurt. Okay, the depression that hits stems from this idea that I couldn't fix this even if I wanted to. There must be something wrong with me. It is painful. It is rough. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, that is a thing. And the only thing that we have left after being that depressed, that down in the dumps, that confused about where we're going is acceptance. Not the fine, I'll adopt a cat and die alone, it's fine. Not that kind of acceptance. You know what? They made a choice. I may not ever understand their choice. I may not like their choice, but I am an adult, I am grown, and if that's a choice they made, my life does not revolve around them. It keeps moving on. Yes, it hurts. Yes, you were there. Yes, there's a piece of me that will always love you, and I have to move on. I cannot allow you to hold me back any longer, because I can't give someone power over me that doesn't even want to be near me. I have to accept that this is my life, and we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. So then you gotta figure out, how am I going to heal, especially when no one takes this pain seriously, okay? And I gotta heal without burning their house down, okay? I'm saying you have to heal like a mature adult, okay? Sometimes you do something and some people give you the answer of, well, you can just make new friends and replace them. That's not advice. That's an insult, okay? You're not replacing people, okay? You're adding love to your heart. You can't replace what's been lost, okay? That's just not how that works, okay? The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna give yourself permission to grieve, okay? Write yourself a letter you'll never send. Scream in your car. Do whatever you need to do, but grieve. Go through the steps of denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Don't bury it. Don't literally hold everything in and pretend like it's fine when it's not. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to cry. You're gonna have to let it go, okay? And you're gonna hold each memory and you're gonna ask, does this memory spark joy? If it's that time they forgot your birthday but remembered their own, get rid of it. Throw it in the sun. That actually happened to me, okay? That friend that chose to walk away wanted to have an attitude that we didn't say anything for her birthday, but had the audacity to skip mine. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If it doesn't spark joy, why do I need it? Okay? Then I'm gonna reclaim my identity. Okay? Who am I outside of this friendship? I'm going to reconnect with old habits, old hobbies, do some solo adventures, things that I can still find joy in that I don't have to do with someone else, that I don't have to wish I could be doing with this other person. Okay? I'm saying it's its own healthy revenge. Okay? We're going to be living well. Living well is the best revenge, but it's so accidentally running into them looking hot. Okay? It's like, hey, I'm figuring out how to live my life. I'm growing up. I'm doing all these amazing things without you. And it would be really cool if you could do it with me. It would be really awesome if we could do it together, but we're not. So sucks to be you. Okay? That's what we're working with here. Okay? That's how we're going to reclaim our identity. All right? Then you have to set boundaries, even if they hurt. Okay? You got to unfollow that person. You got to mute them or you got to block them if needed. You don't owe them access to your healing. And this is a big one because sometimes, and this is the one that's similar to romantic breakups, you still want to see what they're doing. You're a glutton for punishment. You want to know what their life looks like and does it compare to yours, and do you wish you were there with them, or do you think you could wish to make them there with you? You don't need all of that. All of that pain, all of that suffering, all of that hurt, all of that heartache, it's just destroying you, okay? Set boundaries for yourself. Protect yourself. Look, I'm a huge fan of blocking someone and muting them in text messages and everything else because it's a safety precaution. That person may never text you, okay? But just in case they do, I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole. I just don't. I have an ex from high school whose number I purposely didn't delete out of my phone to keep it blocked, just in case they tried to contact me for anything. Just in case they were like, I saw you online and, oh, I saw your sister and, no, I don't want to speak to you ever again. I have zero intention of speaking to you ever again. And let me tell you something, I will block anybody, okay? I block family members. I have a family member I blocked that I haven't spoken to in 2 years. I am equal opportunity with my blocks and my boundaries if it keeps me protected. So it hurts, but sometimes you have to set boundaries against the people that hurt you because it's what's best for your healing and your growth. Okay? And then find you some new partners in crime. Okay? Befriend someone who'll hype you up and help you hide the body. They're out there, probably also crying over their ex-bestie. Okay? You can find your friendship breakup community, Reddit threads, podcasts, or therapy groups. They all get it. Or you can also bond more with friends that also lost the same person. I mean, that group message that we were in where that girl just up and dipped, the rest of us are super close. Honestly, we might be closer than we would have been because there's a trauma bond there, of like, was it just me? No, it wasn't just me. No, it's not in your head. This really happened. This was really crazy. Okay? Like, it's like a therapist once said, friendship breakups are like death without a funeral. You have to mourn it or it will haunt you. That's what it feels like. That's what's going on. You have to let it go or it'll destroy you for the rest of your life. And I know it's hard, and I know it hurts, I know it's frustrating, and everyone's gonna look at you like you're crazy. Everyone's gonna be like, why do you feel that way? Or why is this so deep for you? Or why does, X, Y, and Z? Doesn't matter, don't care, who cares, okay? You have to grieve it. You have to let that hurt go through your life, and then you have to come out stronger for it. So at the end of the day, friendship breakups are kind of like food poisoning. Painful, messy, and eventually you'll laugh about it once the trauma fades. And as one that has had food poisoning, that is an amazing, simplistic example, okay? It's just like that. It's hard at first while you're going through it. You swear to God you're gonna die. And then afterwards, you got some phantom feelings and memories. And then next thing you know, I'm good. It was hilarious after that type vibe, okay? If there's one thing you want to take away, let it be your pain is valid and losing your friend can wreck you just as much as a romantic split, but there's freedom in it. And now you have space for people who won't treat you as disposable, who will love you the way you deserve to be loved. Okay? It's important that we appreciate what we bring to the table and then bring people into our lives that can appreciate it as well. And if that person was willing to walk away from something that's great, then that's on them. That's not you. Okay? So I want you to drop a comment, message me. You can find me on Instagram at breathe_easy_coaching, or you can find me on TikTok at lifecoach_Jasmine. And let's talk about whether or not we've had these breakups that wrecked us and how we healed. And we want to normalize the conversation, okay? And hey, if you're grieving a friend right now, I see you. It won't always hurt this much. You won't always feel like you're gonna die through everything, okay? We can also, laugh about the things that we've gone through, okay? DM me your most unhinged friendship breakup story. The best one might get read. It will be hilarious. We can laugh together. I will respond to all of them, okay? So until then, while we're healing, go forth, block with confidence, and remember, any friend who leaves you is just a villain in your superhero origin story.
Remember, you don't need permission to be great. And this is your call to rise, to reclaim your power, and to step boldly into the life you were meant to live. I believe extraordinary potential lives in all of us. The dreams we've tucked away, the voice that was softened, and the fire that's been waiting to burn bright. This journey isn't about fitting into someone else's mold. It's about shattering expectations and embracing your truest, most unapologetic self. No more shrinking or waiting for permission. The world needs your brilliance, your resilience, and your unique light. It's time to stop asking, am I enough? And start declaring, I am more than enough. Your next chapter begins now. Let's write it with courage, audacity, and unshakable belief in who you are. The unstoppable person isn't born, they're awakened. And that person is you. Now go start your revolution. This world needs your unshaken light today.